Then you flatten them out. The white coals are the ones that are very, very hot. So as you flatten your mound of coals out, make sure that every semi-black coal is covered with a white coal. Hey Crumb Snatchers, it's Keisha's Crumbs back with another video. I have been meal prepping and detoxing for the last 2 weeks, so I wanted to share these videos of me preparing my meals. This is the first time I have ever done this so meticulously in my entire life, and I wanted you all to see what it requires to meal prep and meal prep strategically using the most effective ingredients, low carb, low fat. By strategic, I mean weighing out each ingredient that is going to go on your plate for a perfectly portioned meal, where you can predict or count the amount of calories that is going into each meal strategically, whereas you use low salt to no salt seasonings. Any and everything you can do to ensure that the meal you've prepared has the most health benefits in terms of your diet regimen goals or your health improvement goals. Please watch and enjoy. Okay, y'all, so what you've seen me do up until this point is you've seen me season my protein. That was the ground turkey, right? And then I went ahead and prepared my vegetables. Remember, with preparing the vegetables, what you didn't see is me cleaning the vegetables, washing them, as well as cutting them. So you saw the vegetables being sauteed. That could be quickly done, so I sauteed all my vegetables first. I had already seasoned my meat, and then you saw me portion out my meat while it was still raw. So I weighed it out. The goal was 8 ounces for each patty. And so I weighed it out and I created 8-ounce balls, and then I just pressed the balls into patties as you just saw there. I lined my baking sheet with parchment paper and put the patties on the parchment paper and baked them in the oven. That was the quickest way to get the turkey burgers done. And what I would recommend, anytime you're doing ground turkey, just make sure that you don't overcook it. There's barely any fat in it as it is. And then when you microwave to reheat your refrigerated meals, it's going to draw some of the moisture out as well. So please remember, whether you're doing ground turkey, chicken, or fish, don't overcook it. You almost want to slightly undercook it, so that if you like to microwave your meals and get them really, really hot, as I do, I like my food really, really hot, the food is going to cook more in the microwave, and you don't want to have to eat dried out food when it's barely seasoned, etc. So here you see tilapia. I don't often eat tilapia, but I'll be honest, I really enjoyed it baked in the oven like this. This is where I'm taking a piece of it and tasting it. On the tilapia, I use, the salt is always pink Himalayan salt. I use fresh dill, and I used no salt lemon pepper seasoning. Y'all, my sweet potatoes. I put my sweet potatoes in the Instapot because I remember an article I read that talked about what's the best way to cook potatoes in the air fryer, in the oven, in the Instapot. That's how I found out you can actually cook your sweet potatoes in the Instapot. You just add a little water, and I will tell you that they come out delicious. They come out really, really soft. So like if you're making a pie or something, it is ideal. I have since cooked sweet potatoes in the air fryer, and they're delicious in the air fryer as well. The texture is soft, but they're not mushy. So now you can see, y'all, I have my spinach and onions from left to right in the orange plate. I have my spinach and onions. Then it's my chopped broccoli and the white styrofoam containers. I have put my green beans, my mushroom and onions, fish. I kind of just put everything out on the counter in plates and containers so that I could go through and measure. That's my scale that you see there. Everything has to be measured. The meat, the vegetables, the everything has to be measured. So I have my scale out, and now that everything is cooked, those are my containers, and I'm actually weighing each item that's going on my plate. Now, right now, I've just set the entire plate on the scale to squeeze lemon onto my avocado. But at this point, I'm now weighing the sweet potato. If you want to be able to count your calories precisely to make sure that you're not exceeding your resting metabolic rate by much based on your weight and height and age and things like that, then the only way to really get a good count is to weigh your food. And this was such a nostalgic moment for me because I've been dieting on and off all my life. If I weren't on the diet myself, my mom had me on one. So I remember back in the Weight Watchers days, and my mom kept a scale on the counter. So y'all, we're getting back to the old ways of doing things. It's not about these crazy diets where you're taking pills or doing this and doing that, stuff that you can't maintain throughout the rest of your life. Is not sustainable. But when you weigh your food like this, I mean, it does take some time, but at least you can basically eat what you want. Now, because I'm trying to lose weight as well as increase my health, I'm being very strict on myself. But if you were making food at home, which that's the first step to better health, cooking at home, right? If you're eating out in them streets, honey, then hey, that's a whole nother story. But here's the final result, y'all. This is the first time, and let me just pause it here. So this was my first week's meal prep. As you can see, I cooked everything from fresh form. I didn't even have anything frozen. Y'all, you definitely don't want to use anything canned. I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence, but some people don't know that. Anytime something is in a can, it is processed. If you get frozen, a lot of times that's good because most companies will freeze the veggies from fresh form, but you have to actually take the time to read your labels in order to determine that. But this is the first time I did the meal prep. Everything was fresh. The green beans, the spinach, the onion, the mushroom. Everything was fresh. I sauteed all of the vegetables. As far as my protein, we had tilapia and we had ground turkey. We cleaned the meat just like we did the vegetables. And with the meat, we took the time to season it. We set it aside. So after the vegetables were cooked and the meat was seasoned, then we went through and we measured out our protein before we cooked it. So that's what we did with the burger patties. And then we threw everything in the oven. Okay, so I just decided for the second week, I wanted to try something a little different. I can tell you it took a very long time to meal prep. So if you do have someone that is willing to meal prep for you, especially to this extent, where your meals are being portioned out on a scale, baby, pay them and pay them well. Okay. Okay, y'all. So, in addition to the self love it requires for you to commit this type of time, when it's time for you to sit down and enjoy your meals, do just that. As you can see, I have served myself in my bedroom on my bed tray with this delicious meal of oven baked tilapia, sauteed spinach, onion, and mushroom, and baked sweet potato. Okay, I have my peri peri garlic sauce from Melinda. Any sauce that you use, make sure that you look at the nutrition label. It needs to be low in sodium. There needs to be no sugar, if at all possible, no carbs, that type of thing. And mostly on your sauces and condiments, the serving size will be either a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. So be careful about that and make sure that you stay within the recommended serving size. But my point is, enjoy the delicious meal prepping that you have labored over. Take your time, enjoy and taste every delicious morsel, and just enjoy. All right, y'all. Now this is week 2. So with the second week, my meals will be composed of the same items, but I decided to try something a little different. It was a beautiful day outside, so I decided that I would grill all of my meats and vegetables. I felt like since it takes quite a bit of time to prepare the meals and then actually put them in the containers, I said, well, if I do this outside, it will probably be more enjoyable. So there you can see that I have soaked my heads of broccoli. I like just buying the broccoli whole so you can have more florets. I added cauliflower to the mix this time. Now I'm actually showing you the preparation of the vegetables, whereas you didn't see that during the first segment. But yeah, I decided to grill everything outside. I will go ahead and tell you now, it was a little more enjoyable, but it was way more strenuous, and I didn't anticipate that. The coming in and out of the house, the lighting of the grill, trying to maintain the heat, being strategic about what I put on the grill and when I put it on the grill, having to wash the grill. It was quite an undertaking, but still, it added a bit of variety to this meal prep experience. As well as I can honestly say that if someone wanted me to meal prep for them, now I know that grilling their items would be a viable option because I did it. It was just as strenuous, you all. I won't lie, just as time consuming, but it was enjoyable. You can see I have all of this beautiful zucchini, squash, bell pepper, and onion that I have washed, and now I'm chopping everything up. Now this was Sunday, so I had to prepare food for my daughters as well. So I grilled wings and chicken tenderloins for them. So just watch and see. Here is where I've added the vegetables. So you can see I put another little grate on top of the actual grill so that my veggies wouldn't fall through. But y'all, there is nothing like the taste of grilled vegetables. This time, as you can see, I decided to just basically cook my ground turkey in a slab, right? I didn't form patties because when I got ready to eat my meals that contained the ground turkey patties, I ended up dicing up the turkey anyway, right? I didn't want to cut it as I ate it. I kind of wanted to mix everything all together, mix it in with my vegetables. So I ended up dicing the turkey up. And that's why this time I decided, instead of going through the trouble of trying to put them form patties, I would just prepare the meat in a slab and then break it up. When I weigh it, break it up and then put it on the plate. Their weight is already crumbled. Baby, let's talk about this whiting. Y'all, I have never eaten whiting before. I just knew I needed a white fish, white flaky fish, and I tried these from Walmart. They are much like whole catfish. They do have bones in them, but the bones are very structured. They're not just spiny bones all over the fish. And this fish is delicious, y'all. It is oily, but it has a light, sweet taste. And it's so inexpensive. It is so inexpensive, y'all, that I had to Google whiting, where it comes from. Is it a real fish? I have Googled everything about this fish to try and determine, number one, why have I never eaten it before? Why don't we hear of people in our community eating it often? And just why is it so inexpensive? Y'all, this fish is good. I got it from Walmart out the freezer section in the bags that you saw here. And they are very inexpensive, and the fish is delicious. And here we are, y'all. I could not be more proud of this food. I've laid it all out in the house. You see the grilled zucchini, squash, and onion, my grilled whiting. I've laid it on a bed of lemon slices, the cod. We have mixed vegetables. This food is life. The broccoli, the cauliflower, the onion, and the crumbled ground turkey. I was just so excited. And so this is how it all looked when I laid it out. And what I did differently this time, I decided to go ahead and refrigerate everything on the first day. And then the second day, I got ready to weigh it, portion it, and add it to the containers. I did that on the second day this time. The first time I meal prepped, I did everything on the same day. But here is how it all looks, spread out over my countertop. And remember, I even meal prepped food for my family. So you see the chicken and rice casserole, as well as the grilled shrimp and the grilled wings, the grilled tenderloins. Honey, I was grilling up a storm. Ooh wee. Here's a peek into the next edition of Keisha's Crumbs Meal Prep Like a Pro edition.
Joe made this beat.
Keisha's Crumbs, the channel you wanna see. We got the sweet and the savory, which one you wanna eat? Got some chicken and ribs, that's a movie KG. That season of homemade, man, it put you on your feet. Make you laugh and shout, not talking to a degree. Got a variety of food that I know you like to eat. If you wanna try it for yourself, hope you come and see. You can even come and get it, all we do is delivery. Keisha's Crumbs, we just wanna be the best at this. We just make our food with effectiveness and elegance. Keisha's Crumbs, we just wanna be the best at this. We just make our food with effectiveness and elegance. Yeah. Keisha's Crumbs, we just wanna be the best at this. We just make our food with effectiveness and elegance. Yeah. And I will see you on the next edition of Keisha's Crumbs.
Meal Prep Like a Pro edition. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me on this journey. It is my prayer that not only are you entertained, but that you are inspired and you learn a thing or two. Leave some comments down below if you have anything you would like to share with me and our family of Crumb Snatchers. Until next time.